Lich armor for all the physical damage that's going to be surely coming out from the Dazzle.
That was the first series with them. You know, it's like they lost to Grimstroke, then like, well, let's just ban it now. Grimstroke actually ignored in this game, maybe just because neither team's played it or practiced it.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have if your support player hasn't played it in pubs, probably not worth picking in a major deciding game.
Remaining.
It's interesting to see it. I feel like a lot of teams just didn't expect it to be added into captain's mode so quickly, so they just didn't.
I feel like that's
I don't know. Maybe that's an NA thing.
For me, it was like I was like, if someone has to put money, I'd be like, I'm 90% sure it's also one of those things. If it's OP, you're gonna find out and you can nerf it, and you have bans. That's the whole point.
It's just weird to like see it completely ignored. You know, like I do feel like the hero is like a stronger 4 and 5 than
TNC.
Shadow Shaman.
Sure.
Maybe not necessarily Dazzle, but definitely Shadow Shaman.
It's out. Like a pretty strong kind of 5-man lineup for Mineski. Like they're pushing potential with Shaman, DK. This is like the kind of 20-minute GG lineups I feel like I've been seeing a lot of on this patch.
Yeah.
You have a Dazzle who gets some farm and maybe a fast Necro book. Played as a 4 and throwing out the hills and the poison touch.
Yeah, they can tank up on the Sand King too. Like Sand King tank the towers, kind of like how we've been seeing Doom Beam played.
Yep.
You just build bracers and vanguards and things like that. Tank the tower, tank spells. DK hits towers, Shadow Shaman hits towers, Dazzle protects everybody. Yeah, if they take an advantage in this game, it's going to be super snowbally. Puck Morphling though, like excellent in the late game for us, but not so much at. There's no pushing power really coming from TNC, whereas from Mineski, it's like an immense amount.
TNC are going to be looking more. Play the lanes, not look to just pressure towers. Try when your lanes get farm and Morphling. Maybe find some pickoffs later on. I like this Huskar being a problem hero.
It's interesting that they last banned the Huskar despite having last pick.
I think it just suits what Mineski's game plan will be, like that timing push in the mid game where
true.
Huskar gives them Roche taking potential. It gives them a way just to 5-man and push high ground. Huskar just goes on the high ground with the Serpent Wards and it's building with Regis.
Right.
Remaining.
And none of your heroes so far are good against Huskar.
5
Yeah.
seconds
Even if you can
remaining.
counterpick with one choice, it may just not be.
Yeah.
To see something like you were talking about earlier, like an Underlord or a Tide or something that you can get big, beefy, like team fight items
For
around.
TNC?
For Mineski.
Oh, for Mineski. Okay.
Yeah.
What are they? They're looking for a safe lane. I think they want some actual scaling here. So you need the plan B. You don't want to go all in on the
They
push
could
necessarily.
pick Void. Oh no, Void's banned. That would be a pretty solid hero. That hero's like better carries in this patch. Luna, is Luna available? Not 100% sure how it feels after the patch, but works with how they want to push.
Yeah.
The safe lane would be really strong, like Dazzle plus
Yeah.
Luna.
You know, the highest win rate here in pubs, Lycan right now.
Hey.
High MMR pubs.
True.
Scary going physical damage into the Lich, though.
That's fine. You got lots of magic elsewhere. But Sand King, Shaman. I mean, not lots, but you have a good little blend. I think it gives you another building hitter and a hero that helps take Roche right now. Looks pretty good. You can Roche with like Dazzle, with the Medallion, Shaman Wards, DK, but it's quite slow. I think you want
Jug?
something faster tempo.
Jug would
5
maybe be a
seconds
hero.
remaining.
That's
I've
cool.
I've seen a lot of people. Oh, they go for the Terrorblade against Morphling.
Crazy. What are you doing?
They're insane men. Hey, we saw our
Nice
TV playing
GG.
it's over.
That's my thought. I'm crazy.
I mean, I like their first 4 picks better than TNC.
I mean, against Puck
10
too. Puck is
seconds remaining.
excellent against the TB. Magic damage, illusion clear, burst,
5 seconds
silence him so he
remaining.
can't use the Sunder. Even if he mantas, like you just still AoE silence, right? Like it's
Yeah. And it's very obvious like when he's meted who he wants to focus and Lich can just chuck the defensive
yeah.
armor on them. So
he can
it's
do
like-
it on the towers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a bit of a rough TB game, but it is Pilot Eye drafting. You know, he might see something we don't. Where it's like, okay, if we pick this hero, there are no holes in our draft. We go late, we'll win. We'll
Yeah, I mean, it gives.
push the early game.
I
as
think
well.
having a late game and then if you have a good lane, you can actually complement your team's push with
Yeah.
just like a Manta style. You can still end the game in 20 minutes with TB and Dazzle TB.
Yeah, it's a really well-rounded draft.
What about just like the Legion Commander here for TNC?
I think that hero would be good. Not a lot of people pick it. Oh, Brewmaster.
that's a classic.
Your heroes.
Oh, it's relatively the same thing because you
Yeah.
can pop the ulti and you clear the illusions with the Wind Panda. So it's the same thing except arguably better, just because Legion is
I just would have
arguably a
liked
weaker hero than Brew.
I just would have liked to be able to take off the Hex.
Gabby's on the Brew. Again, we're going to see this kind of safe lane Brew.
Huh.
Flame Puck.
Off lane Puck, mid.
And Lich Morph as a mid duo is still pretty good, but it's not quite the same without the sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's GG.
It is against a Morph lane against a DK, so they could probably just put the Morph there solo, and I think the Morph will probably do
Yeah,
perfectly fine.
You don't need.
And then Lich probably Lich Puck, just because I know the Brew Tusk is a combo people really like to run because you get the extra damage Tusk and then you crit. Only issue is it's like a double melee lane into potentially, Terrorblade or Sand King or Rasta or Dazzle. None of those heroes really care about melee heroes, like not a single one. Maybe Terrorblade arguably, but
even the Brute could have a tough time this game getting splits off because there's a lot of insta stuns. There's Hex on the Shaman, Sand King stun, DK stun.
Yeah.
This is a kind of tough Brewmaster game, and if it's this Gabby kind of one position Brew, that's often normally a Brew that doesn't even go blink.
Yeah.
So
I'm really curious to see what the lanes look like for TNC, because I think that Morphlane might kind of be cool against Dazzle. I was wondering about this in my head, like if you just take a lot in adaptive, trade that way as opposed to trading in right clicks, and just try and like burst down KP slowly over time.
So they're doing the Core Dazzle and Sand King 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pepe's been one of those 4s who I think has had a rough last year because the roaming.
Because roaming,
he's the hardcore roamer 4 position. It's funny because he almost ends up being more of a 5 because he roams so hard that he never gets any items, he never farms. And kind of the weakness of him as a player, but the upside of him is that he makes a ton of space, and your cores on his team end up getting super farm because he just makes all these cool moves.
Even on Immortals with Dubu, like they both played roamers, and Immortals kind of sucked because
they had 2 5s playing roamers.
Right, and it's like, but roaming just wasn't good.
And roaming.
But now that it is.
Well, we don't know if it's.
Well, yeah, that's true. That we watched one series. But I don't know. I'm pretty excited.
We got a Sand King 4 position.
Yeah,
so
I'm excited for roaming, man.
Yeah,
the meta.
Let's hop into it. See what we think. I mean, I guess that Armel looks like he's got a build that's set up to head towards that mid lane, like you guys were talking about. Tim's up here top with Mr. Gabby, and it looks like it is going to be Cuckoo playing in the bottom lane. Tips are going to come out fast and furious.
That's a lot of stunners in that bot lane. They can catch anybody out. They're so dead. All right, Cuckoo's not gonna. This is a very common trend that you see nowadays. Maybe not the Terrorblade mid. That's interesting, but we'll do well against the Morphling. But in any case, like people are running tri lanes for the rune fights, just because that way you're guaranteed to get 2 of them and then potentially a kill. It's not this like toss up, where you're not sure. You run 3 people out of lane and it's basically a guarantee that.
Well, it looks like it's actually going to be Moons. So yeah, the Dragon Knight is going to head there toward the mid, and then TB is just taking the long walk up towards top.
The battle begins.
He said, curing both of the bounty runes. 2 apiece, no problem.
So Lich Brewmaster in the offlane. But not like an offlane Brewmaster. It's kind of like they just feel like their carry's going to do better in this other lane. Again, Morphling, no help in sight right now. You just take the full-on 1v1 against the DK. Go for that double, probably triple Wraithband build.
It's been getting the treatment every time. Pilot Eye's just here.
You got to do this. You can't give Morphling a free 1v1 favorable matchup where he's going to get denies last hits. And immediately Lich responds. He's like, I gotta come in and stop this from happening.
Has that Frost Shield level 1. Throw it onto his ally, but in the meantime, Armel just sort of did a decent job last hitting. And that does leave a 1v1 up in the top side here. Gabby versus JT on the TB.
And that should be fine for Brew. This meta wears off, he's going to have a big advantage, and even during this meta, TB's not going to completely destroy him.
Yeah, look at the top lane, where there's this huge wave.
The dire wave.
The dire wave, yeah. It was a little bigger, but I think Brew was like whacking it a little bit.
Nice.
But yeah, look at this. Like every single time this seems to happen. The safe lane wave like just double waves you, and then you die as an offlaner, and then you lose so much experience. He's not gonna die, obviously, but it's interesting how this happens.
He's taking a lot of damage here. He's
blocked
going
in.
for this
Maybe
right-click
he will
battle.
die. I don't know.
Got a mango.
I'm surprised that wasn't the most efficient trade, and we.
God dang it.
Oh damn it! I'm sorry.
Well, me and
I'm
Jenkins
sorry.
will take blame for that one.
Yeah, that was on me. I'm so interested in these double waves because this happens in almost every game that I see. This huge double wave, pushing in like, the waves are never static.
I mean, I guess there was that change to the way that creeps were moving.
Yeah. They move differently now. I don't know exactly how that would make double waves happen, but it looks like double waves are just... Dota patches are so weird. I love this game, man.
I mean, tanking all the damage he did with that double wave kind of hurt his laning
yeah,
state.
one tango. No, oh, okay.
And he got a second
There's a
from his
Lich.
buddy Lich, yeah.
Ninja Boogie's there to help him out.
The Lich has one tango now, too. Like, they're actually running out of regen to a solo Terrorblade. He's solo.
And he managed to do that without Metamorph. He managed to find like an amazing harass trade with meta down, and
looks like Shadow Shaman's coming back into lane with 4 tangos, although he's going to be a little ways before he can get back to lane.
Damage Lich.
still across the board there's not like any major lanes being won or lost by either team.
Yeah.
Mid lane, pretty close, bottom lane, pretty close, top lane.
That's kind of the great thing about knowing that there's something like a DK or a Magnus on the enemy team. You know they're not really going to pressure the lane at all. They're just going to do okay. So you can actually just pick a Morphling and throw a mid against a hero like this. And you have a free Morph game where he now has the levels of a mid, which could be pretty great.
That's why the Shaman feels like, oh, I got to start mid so this Morphling doesn't actually crush this lane. But if you stay mid, the DK ends up being super underleveled.
Yeah, and the DK definitely needs the levels.
Oh, pile that die.
With that Ice Shield.
Bruising a hero.
You can just walk away afterwards.
With Lich too, they're such great combos. Like, Lich and Grimstroke, these heroes that can just get in your face are perfect.
It's like Tim's gonna go down,
Might
but
be a trade?
He's gonna back out. Keeps himself alive. Still 10 stick charges there, and they had 9 on Febby.
It's interesting to me to see that the Shaman's playing with the Terrorblade and not the Dazzle playing with the Terrorblade, because with the Reflection you can get the Dazzle Q to keep ticking, you know? Because it's...
Well, the Dazzle's the core. No, that's...
Oh, right, Dazzle's core. Okay.
Yeah.
Dazzle, so it's a Sanking support. Right. So that, yeah.
Well, Gabby gets...
Doesn't matter.
Not great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is just, new patch Dota. Sometimes you're on this Brewmaster hero that has some bunch of changes. You think you're strong. You think you understand what you can survive, and you just haven't... How many times has he played offlane Brewmaster? Probably only a couple on the new patch.
Yeah, I mean, he has so many other heroes. He has to fiend, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't have evasion. Okay.
This could be a turnaround kill here, though, as well. Got the Frost Shield and chase down, and Shackle's keeping him alive, but still the slow is there as they turn on the pile of die. Another kill on the other side. End up losing the Dazzle. Taking a couple more hits, and Gabby with another clap in a second. They can go for it. Everybody's dying all over the freaking place. Stop losing your life. But looks like, well, Cuckoo gets out.
These side lanes are so volatile. I like that Gabby gets solo killed, and then he just keeps up the pressure. He doesn't back down, because when it's a Terrorblade, you have to pressure his lane. You accidentally screw up and give him a kill. Point of the hero is that he's weak in the early game. You need to punish that.
Cuckoo is going to be struggling here. Just level 3 right now, and the side pull's going on. This is going to be in a tough position for him.
You're a puck though, so I think you're kind of okay with that, especially with this happening.
Boogie picks it up.
And nice little move to get Morphling a kill. He wasn't completely crushing his lane, and things shaping up to be okay for TNC here in the mid game. But
The more and more I see this Lich, the better I think the hero is. I feel like when the patch first came out, people were playing it okay, and it felt pretty good, but people are really understanding the power of the Frost Shield.
yeah, it's like using it like the Grimster, where you just chuck it on this tanky hero, can just run in and whack people while they get slowed and constant damage.
People really treat it like you're immortal while you have it on you, and that you're doing so much damage. Like, people understand that now, whereas before people weren't really sure Like, he's running in, he's like a madman, right? Like, this guy, he knows that he's not going to die. A lot of the times on other heroes, you die for that.
Well, Cuckoo might die for it as they get the shackles and extra bits of damage out. Oh, phase shift. No, doesn't matter. He's done. And still hanging out inside his sandstorm here.
That is so good.
But they also have Pylai Die caught for the moment. Another Burrow Strike in a second.
Hey, look at him. He's just sitting at 40% HP. They can't do anything. Just sitting in the he's invis.
Yeah.
I think that's such a cool change, though. It's so fun to play the hero. Have you guys played Sand King?
No.
It's so fun.
I want to now.
It's awesome. Because you can just right click. Like, you can just do anything. You can stun. You can channel Epi, and it'll put you invis as you're channeling the Epi. Tight.
Well, he's got the triple Wraith Band up
Dire's
and
top tower is under attack.
farming well in his normal Morphling timings and items. No points in waveform, but this is going to become the build a bit.
Yeah.
God, a lot committed here.
Can they get both, or will it just be a dazzle kill? Anything? What's the play here?
Lift?
He's
doesn't have mana?
He's got 10 signals.
Do all the
yeah.
Brewlings count? Well, it doesn't matter. He's...
Can they get snowball to the creep? Yeah.
Oh.
That's not getting. Oh, yeah, that's
Doesn't-
what I'm talking
doesn't
about.
do
Of course
anything.
not. Does not matter. He didn't know. I didn't know. I mean, I feel better about myself because I'm like, oh yeah, he's doing the play I thought he'd do. And then, oh wait.
Even Sand King ran out of it afterwards because he's like, oh, he broke my sandstorm.
Yeah, between me, Tim's, and Febby, none of us know what this new patch is. Yeah.
Armel gets the kill.
Every single time I see a wraparound on the Radiant mid lane from there, it's just the support dies.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's so easy for the enemy supports to TP into the shrine and just kill you. You just get cut off.
Yeah, it's just a direct path as soon as you spot them in, because there's only one way out there.
Yeah, and there's always vision there. Maybe it's just like a... Maybe it just happens that that's happened in these games, but I don't know. Seems like a bit of a trend.
I think people are going to need to figure out, like, the paths that are best to approach, like, and refigure all that stuff out.
I think so, too.
Because Midas up.
Oh, man.
This is a relatively common build on the Brute, too. Just going for the Midas and rushing into carry items.
Yeah.
Because...
So the CIS players are still doing Midas Radiance.
Yeah, I saw no one was doing that. I think he was playing a pub or something like that, but, you know. It's still the build that he thinks is good from that hero.
The Morph build we're seeing a lot of just casual Morbid Mass just for the jungling capabilities.
So is Bassi dead now? Because I feel like it could still be good for, like, pushing and stuff.
I think it's just the fact that you get so much more out of just replacing that slot with a Wraith Band.
Yeah.
Like, you just get more attack speed, more stats.
Some of the Visage players I used to start first out in Bassi. I don't know, maybe that's still a build on like a Visage.
Yeah, like you would start with the... You can also start with like the Sage's Mask, pick up the Ring of Protection at the side shop. That's like...
Yes. Yeah, if you're playing the safe lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then they wouldn't even upgrade it to Aquila. That was like one of the few heroes I would see buy Bassi and not get Aquila.
Yeah.
On some players. I personally think you should always get that Aquila, but... I know Weeha would go first out in Bassi mid and then rush Helm of the Dominator. Like,
Yeah.
no boots, Helm of the Dominator.
I think Bassi not being good is mainly the fact that like it upgrades into just Vlads, and nobody's building Vlads.
Yeah. It's not
And then if
upgrade to
you're-
anything, though.
What doesn't?
The Wraith Bands.
Oh yeah, but that's
I mean,
that's the thing though. That's why they're so
win your
cost
lane.
efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's why they're so cost efficient in the early
Yeah.
game. The thing is, if you're getting a Bassi, you're not upgrading it to anything either because you're not getting a Vlad. So
Yeah.
would you rather something that upgrades to nothing and is a Bassi or a broken Wraith Band?
That's fair. Uh-oh, Cuckoo.
Yeah, he's going away from the DK stun, but that means there's an SK stun instead.
And they got another one followed up afterwards to get the kill. These guys are leashed, though. No way, no how. They're getting out of here, at least for the moment. But the epicenter possible there for the turnaround. The snowball saving them. They're only taking out that Wind Panda. Can they kill off Moon here
He's
as
so
well?
tanky.
I mean, he's eaten about 20 tower shots, but it's going to be able to keep you
He
away.
can break it. He can break it.
Okay, they got it.
With the
Okay.
Brewling.
Phew, thank goodness there's still a Boulder Smash.
Yeah. That was a tanky DK though. Good God.
Yeah.
Two bracers, boys. Two bracers
That magic resist.
and a treads. That's all.
How much damage did he take?
That is actually an
He took 1,000 damage from the tower.
1800 health at 11 minutes as a level 8
Are
DK.
fortified.
Does that sound right, guys?
That doesn't sound right.
Those numbers add
Oh
up
my God.
for the amount of gold he spent to get these items. And it's 1800 health with bonus
that's
magic
nice.
resistance.
Oh.
Yeah. Effective HP is insane.
I don't know, that just doesn't sound right to me.
What is he at? 39% magic resist? Or is it less than that? 37%?
37, yeah.
When he has the strength treads, it would be, I think, a little bit.
Like, how do you play like these kill focus like mid laners,
burst
like
heroes?
a Quap or something, when
Yeah,
there's a DK in the game?
That's what I was saying, like, about the Necrophos earlier. Like, the reason Necro is so strong is because people will get enough net worth, and you can still kill them because Scythe just does a percentage of damage. But,
Same thing for Storm. Storm wants to like kill squishier heroes, but everyone just tanks up with these
right,
cost-effective
like,
items.
you'll use all of your resources, and they'll be at 20% HP, which isn't a kill.
Yeah.
They'll just go Shrine. They'll just go Salve.
But you see right there, it was with Puck, where it's still, 3 of these null tallies, but it's not going to be enough. It makes me wonder if that's the type of hero where you need to go like a Blink and just be more mobile, because tanking up doesn't do enough.
Or maybe build bracers instead of the null tiles. As silly as that sounds.
That was the Dota 1 meta. Everyone built Braces.
Yeah.
Nulls and Wraith Bands were just garbage in Dota
Look
1.
at this Roche attempt right here. This is awesome. Sand King.
That caught them all by surprise.
Morphling plus Tusk.
Huh.
Wow.
That's with, okay, he's level 3 tag team. That's some 7.20 synergy.
That's pretty cool. And then they have the Lich armor too. That is pretty goddamn cool, actually.
That's something new.
With
Maybe
the-
it's been done in pubs or something.
Probably, yeah. With the Morphling Morbid Mask.
That's
I can
like
definitely get
Ursa
how that-
timing. A 12-minute Roshan?
It's pretty
That's
insane.
3 Wraith Bands and then a Morbid Mask. No minus armor.
I mean, he just has an Aegis now. What?
It's
What do
not
they
like you
do?
can get value out of it, but
And on top of that, this
Maybe
is a
you can.
hero that can get so much done. Like, with the Morph ability?
so you can start focusing some tier 1s and stuff.
You know, actually, with all the stats that you get from these Wraith Bands and stuff, Morph seems pretty good.
Got the Sentry this time.
They got him.
They pulled the Dazzle couldn't grave because they got the Lich
That was really
thing on
nice.
him. So, whatever, what's his spell
Sinister
called?
Gaze.
Sinister Gaze. It's like the reverse Stone Gaze.
Yeah.
So-
Forced to walk into it rather than away.
Yeah, this timing is impossible to deal with. They don't have their, like, frost armor right now, but you look at, like, a Bruce split with an Aegis on Armel, these towers are just going to fall.
Yep.
DK knows he has to be there to defend it. I mean, even if they can't fight, he still needs to be there if they don't want to just lose.
I like that they're not just 5-manning one lane. Like, do this 4-1 split where Puck is pushing out the top lane or Brewmaster. You still got to play the efficiency farming game.
Yeah.
You're 14 minutes in, you don't 5-man.
Every single time I see a team think that they can 5-man, it's just a disaster. They lose way too much on the map, or they lose the 5-man. I definitely...
I don't even think you should be at 4. I'd have all 3 cores farming somewhere separately and then group up around one of your cores with yours.
Yeah. Or like...
Bait.
Yeah, that was a nice bait with the sentry. Or like have your one of your supports sit mid, Puck sit off lane, and then put 2 cores.
That's true.
Because 2 cores is like almost impossible to deal with even 4 heroes, especially with an Aegis.
Yeah, and Brewmaster with ultimate is very scary once.
Yeah. Well, like the
Puck.
Puck and Brew being together, I think is good.
Yeah.
And then having the morph down here.
And they had the Tusk was mid while those two were top Tusk mid.
Yeah.
And it was like this more farming bot, Tusk mid, and then the 2 cores getting kills up.
I like the way they're playing this with the morph in like the dead lane because he has the Aegis. They can just get a lot off the map doing this. I think they realize like the push is not happening.
Oh, I mean, quite happy just to farm and extend their golden experience lead.
One thing with this game though that it's hard to like calculate how this is going to go, I guess, is with this new Dazzle. Like, how good is this hero actually in the late game with the cooldown reduction? Is this a core that can actually deal with the Brew, the Brew plus Morph plus Puck? Like, are there items this guy can get where he is just such a tremendous problem?
And even this Brew with Radiance, like that's just, a Radiance for a reflection.
Yeah.
That's true.
TB's not going to be too upset to see this Radiance come out. Maybe because it's this early and Brew is farming incredibly well. But
To go back to that point about like the late game, it seems hard to imagine that even the cooldown reduction is going to make this hero as relevant as the other cores on the Radiant.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
late
true.
game.
It's true.
I don't know. Maybe it will, but it's just I haven't seen it yet. We'll see.
Sheepstick, Necro, Blink. I don't know. It's so hard to say.
Yeah.
this game feels pretty even still right now, just based on, TNC took this Aegis but aren't completely taking all these towers out of it. Dire's scaling well into the late game. Like, this kind of gold lead right now doesn't feel insane. There is a Midas, you know, it's like... The cost of this Midas is essentially the gold difference between the two teams.
Yeah. And I think Terrorblade farms fast enough. That's the one that I think that's why like RTZ was picked this Terrorblade into a Morphling at KL, because Terrorblade will farm faster than a Morphling. Terrorblade has like a built-in Midas in the fact that his illusions do so much damage. So even though it's a Midas, you still have a Terrorblade on the enemy team who's going to be getting a lot of farm, especially with 3 Wraith Bands, Yasha, and Agility Treads.
45 seconds on the Aegis. They start off, but he gets the strength form over. Like Armel will be perfectly fine there. And Moon going in. Get hit by the long duration stun. Switches over into the DK form. Ninja Boogie low. And Pain Frost not going to bounce that much further forward. They get the kill. Back out.
I guess kind of how even with an Aegis, there's just not much they can do. Dire have this great team fight, good initiation. So many stuns that it's hard. I don't really love TNC's draft. Like, the lack of... I mean, they have stuns themselves, but I just don't feel like they can team fight into Mineski's team right now.
Puck have a Blink Dagger at this point? He does, right? Yeah. He's got a bunch of null tallies. The net worth is so deceiving now because you just have all null tallies and boots. The guy has 7,500 net worth almost. Just a blink.
Aegis expires. Have the Radiance on Brew. Taken 2 tier 2s, top and mid.
I haven't seen the Shaman wards just yet.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to play this 5-position Shaman when your team's on the back foot. When you're poor and playing from behind a Shaman, you feel so weak.
Oh yeah.
Any hero that gets on top of you, you just feel like you're dead, or you're just going to drop boards because otherwise, you know, you're not going to use any spells in it.
He has a max Hex build too, with super poverty mode. Pilot Eye special. He probably loves the new buy 100 sentries meta. Perfect for Pilot Eye.
Tim is going Necrobook too on the Tusk.
I guess with the tag team, there's some really good synergy there. There you go. So everyone's get dropped and...
See ya.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cuckoo will farm it.
He's just dead. I mean...
I think he's just getting, you know, kind of fed up with there just not being anywhere to use Serpent Wood. He's like, I'll get a support kill. In the end, like, that trade just doesn't feel that great for Mineski.
It doesn't, no.
You get a 1-to-1 support, you feed some Serpent Wood golds, and...
Yeah, they got way more out of that.
You pull TNC back, but TNC aren't looking to push high ground. Like, stalling this game out isn't something that TNC care about right now.
Not actually 100% sure who wins this in the late game. I think Mineski has the timing with the Terrorblade BKB and the Dragon Knight BKB, where yeah, they're both going, or Terrorblade's going for DK going. Probably BKB, realistically. Yeah, BKB. So they're gonna probably try to take a fight around that. Like, they're gonna group, take Roche, take towers. That's their timing for sure.
Yeah, their BKBs are pretty hard for TNC. Absolutely.
The thing though is that since Roche got taken so early, it looks like the second one's going to come up before those BKBs
oh yeah,
do.
the Aegis cheese.
So silence there.
Can't
They're
burrow.
able to hit.
Oh, can he burrow? I don't know.
Time to tell. He jumped in with Gabby, and now Radiance burn all over the place.
Done.
We got the Chain Frost Moon trying to open up here on the Cuckoo, but he's going to be able to find any more. Boogie up on the high ground. They find themselves the kill onto the Dazzle. 3 dead.
That Radiance is destroying with the Lich armor. That is so much magic damage with the burn as well from the fire.
And it's hard because if even fighting into like a TB, all those illusions just gonna instantly die to all that AoE damage.
Yeah.
The TB himself can't do much right-click damage because of the mischance coming in, and he's kind of gonna get burned away at. Well, I mean, this is one of those drafts for TNC where it like didn't look amazing, I think, for me at the start, but like the more you see it play down, you're like, there's actually some crazy good synergy coming out from these new spells on some of these heroes.
Yeah, I think the Radiance on Brew is really important. They kind of lacked, I don't know, not necessarily control, not necessarily, like, it kind of felt like they just weren't getting any kills in these, like they just couldn't fight, right? For whatever reason, lack of damage, and with the Brew Radiance, they can definitely take these fights.
I mean, I think that it's everybody looks at also like the Morphling TB matchup and talks about like the way that you can switch over into Morphling, or rather into TB and get Metamorphosis. But the other thing is just like this hero comes online and I feel like does so much more than Terrorblade early. Like Terrorblade hits buildings, hits a lot of creeps, and Morphling can like fight, get in there.
I think that's the thing though, is that it's like the building hitting that really makes Terrorblade a true carry, where if you just kill the enemy team once, you can just take the entire enemy base.
That's true.
It's Morphling can also do that, but not to the ridiculous degree that Terrorblade can. That's why I think Terrorblade's always okay in a game, just because as long as your team can fight, which is not, it's not hard to build a team that can fight, then you can take racks, you know.
Yeah.
A great kill if they could get it, but there is a Lincoln Sphere, so Lincoln's is one of those items that just like, to me, was a big reason why Sand King fell off, because it's like, it's so annoying playing Sand King against Lincolns. DK is the same thing. These two heroes do not have a way to break Lincolns without building an item specifically to do that, which neither hero normally naturally does that well.
Yeah.
Puck is building Necros too.
That's Morphling with the Lincolns, right? He was just...
Yeah, he was in TB form.
He's in TB form.
Yeah. He's got Lincolns, and...
It's a little TB running around.
Everybody's building Necro books. What the hell's happening?
Is this sudden broken now, or what?
Dazzle? Who else? Who else?
So
Tusk and Puck.
Tusk and Puck.
Oh, Puck. Oh, I know. Puck is a Puck Necro is a build. You coil and then Necro.
Just right-click them with it.
Yeah, you can't run away from the coil anymore.
Radiant's
You can't. You get stunned.
is under attack.
All right, we got BKB on the Terrorblade. It looks like they have it on the DK very soon, but not quite yet. Jump in, Bro Strike, and there's the Bruce Split. Immediately, this fight is over as they turn it back around. Almost able to find themselves a secondary kill. It looks like Heavy Indeed is going to go down. They find themselves the kill onto the Dazzle.
These
Supports
fights
can't
look
do
so
anything.
easy for TNC. It's like they
Yeah.
just use a few spells that don't require too much effort, and they just, all right, we won the fight.
They kind of just split and then win the fight. Like this
Yeah.
this Radiance has just come at
Dire's under attack.
pretty nice time for them. There's no way to fight into it.
No.
Necrobooks too. Objectives DK will have a BKB now, but that was their TP 10-second BKB being used.
Bottom lane, trying to see if they can chase down Mr. Moon, who is going to
Damn,
get
they're chasing him.
jumped upon.
Protection, right? Oh, there's a sentry. He's walking back in, so he
Oh,
doesn't know.
no.
Oh man.
Oh, now he knows. Too late.
I'll be able to find that kill. Are you okay?
He didn't have his BKB either. He was so close.
Yeah.
They may just go high ground with this Aegis cheese now. They've got double Necro 3s, I want to say. I don't know if Tusk is yet, but Puck just got his Necro 3.
Well, and that's the thing that you guys are talking about, right? Like, you want to hit this timing with the BKBs that are coming out, and they decide to smoke up this 4 without the DK BKB, and then they just all die.
I think they thought Radiant were roaching, because they spoke towards
okay,
the Roshan
got
pit.
it.
But at the same time, if they were roaching and you called them there, would the fight have gone well? Probably not.
I don't think so, but it feels like one of those times where you just feel like you have to contest it, otherwise
Yeah.
you're gonna lose.
They've been on 13 kills, I feel like, since like 15 minutes in
Yeah.
this game. They have
Let's
not
take a
gotten
look.
a kill in a long time.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Radiant
Since
is
Brew picked up
Tower.
that Radiance, they've
Tower.
basically been...
They killed a Lich.
All right, they
playing-
warded.
it.
Alright, they got the Lich.
Yeah,
And
they
that
got
was also a
Lich.
Lich. Yeah.
Oh, the Lich.
They got a tower.
Tusk.
It's just been TNC. Objective after objective and all the kills, Roches.
Brew is level 20.
All the primal split unit health.
I can't...
He's got
it's
the insane
24 minutes into the
25. Yeah,
game.
his level 25 is
It's-
pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's either you crit super hard, or you have permanent Brew split, basically.
Oh, he got his BKB delivered, but he's stunned forever. He can't get it off. And that means he doesn't have buyback.
That's racks, probably multiple lanes even.
Jeez.
Is Morphling meta? Does he have meta? It's just...
Don't show yourself.
He got DK for.
Oh wait, oh he has DK.
Alright, well, he's taking a lot of damage, but the waveform 4 trying to find himself one. The punches coming through onto Shadow Shaman. Armel, large and in charge, and they're going to ward trap him. But he's switching over to Strength Form. Pile die, not long for this world. They find the kill, looking for a Sunder. Is it going to happen in time? It's out there, Reflection, still trying to run away, and it looks like TB will escape.
DKB meta being used and not really defending. You have both times, so DK may respawn. They may actually save their bottom racks here.
Okay. They burn through the Aegis.
I think
Take the
they'll...
tier 3 in round.
Yeah, tier 3 in round. They didn't quite go as planned for TNC. Maybe overcommitted a little bit to go on that TB.
Dire's
Nice
bottom
discipline though
shrine
that
is under
they back
attack.
off in this situation. Like,
Yeah. It's like, okay, we maybe dived a little hard to try kill TB. We're still going to get tier 3 and get out without losing anything.
Yeah, they're not gonna lose. And then TB use meta too, so they pick up
Dire's
the
bottom
shrine and
has fallen.
They can go fight again even without Aegis.
yeah, they can just go with that when the meta's down. They do have the cheese too, still.
Yep.
This brew is so big.
He's such a high level. I've never seen Brew be such a high level. 21.
A lot of it's the Midas,
Yeah.
I guess,
Yeah.
or part of it, and then
He's getting a lot of
6,
kills.
1, and 11. Oh my god. Alright, they're in trouble. Although, Moon, I think he might be able to make something of this and stay live in, although
Oh my god.
Highlight Die, not so much. KP, oh god, he's trying to run away. The Chain Frost was bouncing between his Necro books as they chase him down. TNC
Fortified.
completely running over him.
I'm rolling. It's like game 3 TNC from last series, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, okay, they're woken up now. First few games of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't play badly. I think Team 496 were just really good, caught them by surprise.
I mean, it is legitimately possible that it was early for them. Like,
Well, it also is possible that 496 is better than we were expecting.
Yeah.
That's another way
That's
to
true.
look at it
They
potentially.
got through a pretty tough open qualifier.
Dire's middle tower.
you do also figure out a lot in a series when it comes to like a new patch.
Probably it's. Well, Dota players always say, you know, you learn more from losing than winning.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to learn a lot from this game. TNC. Are they going to kill off Armel? Doesn't quite look like it. The turnaround, snowball through everybody. Pylai Die is dead. Febby was feared. They're almost finding a kill onto Armel. He's walking away from him though. Metamorphosis back up in 16 seconds. He's got Sunder, but Cuckoo says no. Triple kill for the puck, and GG is the call.
26k network lead at 27 minutes. Didn't seem like a stomp at first, but what a stomp.
Started getting out of hand, you know. That
Yeah.
They got that first Aegis, and I was like, okay, you know, they got 2k lead, and they